Okay, so hopefully this one will only be in 3 parts. So that line that when she says, "I'll wait for you," it's like it says a lot about the human condition. So sad. Specifically goes to the essence of being born female, I guess. If you embrace your femininity, you must also accept your limitations in being feminine. If you want to attract a high value masculine man. If you choose to say the hell with all that and embrace only masculinity, well, a high value man is not going to find you attractive. If we're being honest, I'd say some of these modern females are just downright repulsive to a high value man. Why would a masculine creature be interested in another masculine creature? To me, it's just my opinion, but it's just stupid. Like, remember, hey, stupid, Alice Cooper? He made that album years ago. Hey, stupid. Stupid spelled with a double O. How does that correlate to the show LEXX? Well, Kai does sport a kind of goth look in the series. And I always been my opinion that the goth look, in my opinion, is a hard look to pull off and still maintain, if you're a woman, femininity, and if you're a guy, masculinity. The only examples that I can think of is Amy Lee would be a good example of a female who can pull off the goth look and still maintain femininity. I'd say Kai, this fictional character from this show, is a good male example who can pull off the whole goth look and still maintain a masculine aura about him. But Kai's intriguement with Earth's ancient history actually goes back to episode 2. Some sort of correlation between Earth's ancient history and his divine shadow's rule over all willful life. Life willing to be ruled by his shadow. You know, for the sake of the whole self thing. Talked about in other videos, you know. Okay, I'll do what you say. Just take care of me. See that I'm okay. I thought it was a very thought-provoking idea. and I say that as a primitive human myself. Oh, and by the way, folks, in this show, an incarnation of the character Fifi from season 3 is the director, promoter of this Zev Ivor reality show. This series, LEXX, is something else, kids. And all throughout the episode, he's going around inquiring to others about his sexuality and gets offended by people that he's talking to this about. It's like, hey, buddy, you brought it up. You're the one obviously uncomfortable in your own damn skin. But what does that remind you of, kids? LGBTQ leftist extremists in the real world? Won't be happy until they have dictation over sexual health of our children. Sorry. So, in this show, this character, because Zev and Stan recognize him. Oh my God, that's that killer. That killer evil guy, Fifi. Like when he asks about this, so this other me, not that I believe you or anything, but did he like men? And they're like, I don't know. All I remember is you like to kill people. And all throughout the show, he's on this phone with his psychic, asking his psychic opinion about his sexuality. So at one point he says, oh, so I'm being punished, having these unorthodox desires because I was a killer in another dimension. This show is something else, I'm telling you. They knew him as Fifi, and the killer from season 3. But one of the funny things about it is the actor playing the role, at one point, he's like, yeah, maybe I did die in another dimension. And he looks right at the camera and says, on another network. Which leads me to conclude it's sort of like a art imitating life, imitating art kind of thing, which leads me to conclude that although I didn't watch the show when it originally aired, I think the show LEXX suffered a similar fate as the show Sliders, which started out on a major network and then went to a second-rate network later on. Okay, so they're on this island, on this reality show, Survivor, a kind of sort of parody of the real show from Survivor. And there's these alien carrots things, probes, running around this island. Now, I've heard of things jumping up people's arses, but this story takes the cake. Now, at one point, I started questioning if the 790 character, the robot head, was it somehow controlling these alien carrots, unbeknownst to us, the audience, at this point in the series, because it's like these big dumb guys are being taken out 1 and 2 at a time by them. It's like. But the humans running this show, contest, whatever, they don't mind these guys' disappearance because it's helping their ratings. Boy, that correlates to real life too, doesn't it? To the point that the remaining players, at some point, they all even vote Stan out. And of course, 790, under their agreement, intervenes and makes it so he can stay on the show, and the odds all work in his favor. This is why Stanley H. Tweedle is such a distasteful personality. Yeah, after the guys, the big dumb guys, rough him up a little bit and threaten him, he contemplates if a roll in the hay with Zev is worth all this. And then he pauses for a minute, and then he's got this dumb arse smile on his face and concludes, yes. It's a beta simp. It's something else, which I probably shouldn't say that word, though. And it turns out that 790 is not responsible for the alien carrot probe thingies, but is aware of them, and is that's why he's rigged all this, so Stan and Zeb will go to this island to be killed by these alien probes, these carrot-like alien probes, which it turns out are just probes sending information to a mothership somewhere in outer space. But 790 only confesses this to Kai when he learns about the cute, nerdy science girl moving in on his turf. Kai. Remember, the robot head is in love with the dead guy. Throughout the show, though, I was thinking, yeah, Stan, do what you do best. Run for your life. And in the end, Zev had to come to his rescue. It turns out that the Fifi incarnation director promoter guy who's always on the phone with his psychic due to his personal confliction with his sexuality, at some point off scene, or maybe I missed it, I don't know, one of these alien carrots must jump up his arse. So at the show's end, episode 5, season 4 of LEXX, at the show's end, all of the characters on this island are now zombies except for Zev and Stan. The alien carrot probe thingies are distracted by a single ocean vessel, where the occupants are turning carrots into carrot juice via a blender. Kai comes to their rescue because the alien probes already ate their moth, so Kai comes to their rescue, and the moth he took to Earth rescues both of them. And at the show's end, the show ends with Kai telling them that he wants to visit a place on Earth called Transylvania because he believes there may be someone there that he is destined to meet. And that's how season 5 of LEXX ends. I'm annoyed by this show. I love this show. It's like this show is this a roller coaster storytelling. I love it. Mike Paralak, thank you for your time.